We are live. What's up, everybody? We got Triple P and Silver Gold Stack Attack here today. What's up, guys?
How's it going, guys?
Yo.
Emerald Stackers here, Silver and Cigars, Haley Newton. We got Ancient Stacker. Who else is in the chat? JK. What's up, everybody?
Good to see everybody. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday night.
Oh yeah.
What did you gentlemen do first half of the week?
Yeah, not much. Just
work. Same old shit, different day.
Yeah, working on the house. Been slowing down, man, with work. Work has been slow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, more time to spend with the family.
Yeah, that and work on the house. But it's been slowing down now. And it's going to be across the board.
We had surgery today for baby Triple P, so that went well. We spent the majority of our day up north doing...
He got the tubes in?
Yeah, he got the tubes inserted into his ears to drain the fluid out.
Half hour? Didn't take long, right?
It took about... The whole procedure was about 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And then he sat for a while, probably rested for another.
That's pretty common with a lot of kids.
Yeah, my daughter had to get it.
Well, they did something else on him too. They were evaluating him to see if he had a cleft palate.
Yeah, I think all three of mine got it.
The tubes in the ears.
They did it at the same time. Did we lose you again?
I think we lost him. Well, he'll be back, I'm sure.
I'm still here.
Problem.
Oh, there he is. You said all three of your kids had it, Silver and Gold Stack Attack?
Uh-oh.
All three of mine ended up going through it.
Okay.
Yeah, my daughter had her tubes and in the ears, and then they drain, they do their job, and then like a year later they fall out.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. And he was cranky for a couple hours after the surgery, and like within an hour and a half or 2 hours after we got him back home, he was jumping off the table onto the couch.
Yeah, it's not a major surgery. It's I wouldn't really consider it really a surgery. It's more of a procedure, just a quick 1, 2, 3.
No, it is surgery because he was under general anesthesia.
They put you to sleep. Reason why they do that is because you're a child. You're not going to sit still. A child's not going to sit still while they do it. So that's why they have to put you asleep, because there's no other option. That's why they do it. But it's really not a major surgery.
Right, but from what I understand, it is painful. Like if they
usually they just use the gas, but with baby Triple P, they actually did the full sedation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's what they did with my daughter too. They have to put you asleep when you're.
But did they intubate her as well?
They needed an anesthesiologist had to put her to sleep.
Right. There always has to be an anesthesiologist there, but there's different levels of anesthesia. Well,
there's different gases. So certain gases, there's like, for example, when you go get your wisdom teeth pulled, right? Most of the time, it's a heavy sedation. It's not anesthesia. It's a heavy sedation that they say you won't remember it. You'll swear that you're knocked out, but you can still answer them. You can still say yes or no, and you can still understand, but you're out of it. You won't remember it. When I got my wisdom teeth pulled out a month ago, I don't know, it was probably 6 months ago now. I was out of it that day.
Yeah,
that was the gas they use. It's an IV. It's an IV. But then there's gas that literally knocks you out, and that's where you need to be in
right. But those are just like different levels of of being knocked out. But then there's also general anesthesia, which is where they actually have to insert a breathing tube, or they have to intubate you, and that's like what they do for like most surgeries, and baby Triple P had to be put under general anesthesia. So they actually had to put a breathing tube in him for this surgery, which kind of surprised me because I thought it was going to be like what you said with just a gas mask.
Well, that's what my daughter Ava did. It was knocked out. They put a mask over her face, and that's it. But
Yeah, no,
there's
they
different ways to administrate the same gases. There's different ways. Some guys use IV, some use the breathing tube, some use the mask. And there's different stages of anesthesia or sedation and stuff. But yeah, usually the tubes in the ears is a very easy 1, 2, 3 procedure. You know what I mean? And it's stuff. It's like nothing. My daughter.
The only caveat is we just found out he can't really swim in the ocean, so we're gonna have like
Yeah, you got to stay at. You got to
fresh
keep
water
water.
fresh water's fine, but salt water's a no go.
Yeah, no, I remember we had to watch out like with bath and shower and stuff with her, because you can't have like too much water in the ears and
Don't
stuff.
they make earplugs for that?
They do, yeah. So that's what the specialist told Mrs. Triple P was if because we're going on a cruise in less than 2 weeks. So he's like, yeah, it's fine. Just put earplugs in him if you're going to be like, because the swimming pools on cruise ships are salt water.
Mm-hmm. That's a big thing that's going on now. They're using saltwater pools. They're doing that across a lot of places.
Well, swimming pools, even though that they're salt water, is fine.
Connection is rough tonight.
So I think like a saltwater swimming pool, Patriotic, like the pool that I built is a saltwater pool, but you can't really taste the salt.
No, but it's called saltwater pools. It's like a newer thing.
Right, but like the swimming pools on a cruise ship, it's literally just as salty as the ocean water.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can definitely taste the salt. So yeah, it's like you get out of the swimming pool on a cruise ship, and like I don't know how you guys are when you get out of the ocean at the beach, but I just want to go take a shower and like I feel sticky.
Yeah, no. When I'm go on vacation, at the beach, when we walk up, obviously we use the outside showers at the hotel just to clean off. But if I know I'm going back out there, I'm not jumping right in the shower. Later that night I'll shower because you could feel that layer, that film on you after the the salt water.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I hate that.
It's just like pools. I never understood it how people would go swimming in a pool, get out and just, oh, I'm clean. No, you're supposed to shower after a pool, especially if you're at like a resort or a hotel, a public pool with all that chlorine and piss with it.
Well,
All the shit.
It's not like nobody
make no
pisses
mistake.
in the
There's
pool.
all kinds of crap in that.
Oh, people pissing them all day.
No, not at all.
Kids,
Never.
Kids would never piss in the pool. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And see neither would we, right?
Stacker. Good to see you, man.
Well, I guess that depends on your level of cerveza, silver and gold stack attack.
Yeah, bathroom's too far. There's the pool.
Emerald Stacker says, Constitutional Stacker turned me on to Chris Duane last night, and I have been listening to his tribute channel. Now, Chris Duane.
Here we go.
He's extremely, extremely controversial. There's things that he touches on that I agree with, and then there's a lot of things he touches on that I think he's just out there. Like he's more out there than Alex Jones, and Alex Jones is out there. But I do like that whole Silver Shield thing. I like his, a lot of his. I love the bars. He makes some cool rounds. Well, they're called medallions. But yeah, he's out there.
So there's some things from Chris Duane that I'm like, yeah, he's spot on about this, and then there's other stuff where I'm like, whoa, where'd that come from? So I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I was
He's
on
left
that group
field.
there on Instagram. I was buying those medallions and stuff, and a lot of them were cool. It was getting pretty addicting and stuff. And then a lot of the messages and stuff. Like I'm like, well, this guy's all over the place. Like one day he's making fun of this person and he's for this person, and the next day he's switching up. Like the guy's got either severe bipolar or split personality disorder, something.
Holy shit. Bullion babies in the chat.
Yeehaw!
What's up, Bullion baby?
I know what movie you're watching, Bullion baby. I'll be your huckleberry.
And Welchco.
They win.
Welchco Services is in the chat. Welchco, I'm still reading that book. I'm over halfway through it. It's getting good.
Say when, Bullion baby. Say when. He's watching Tombstone. Yep, nailed it. I have to say, Val Kilmer, he killed it in that movie. That movie was one of the greatest movies out.
Best Doc Holliday ever.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He nailed that movie.
That whole movie was just insanely good. The whole movie was great.
The acting, it was. It's very seldom you'll come across a movie that's, so interesting and you can watch the whole thing, and then, there's movies that you'll watch it, okay, it's good, but you'll never watch it again. All right, it was good to watch it once, whatever. But that's a movie I can watch.
No, that's on my list of movies I can put in anytime and watch it.
Yep, that's a movie like, and then Saving Private Ryan's another one. Forrest Gump. There's a few movies that I can just put in and watch the whole thing. But there's a lot of them out there that are just one time and done. Screw it, they're not that good. But that's
there's some movies I can't even get through one time, and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, well, certain
Lord of the Rings is a good example of that.
I've never watched it.
Lord of the Rings is good.
They were good, but they were just long. You're exhausted by the time you're through it.
It's too long, exactly.
You're literally exhausted after you watch it.
Oh yeah, it's a long movie.
That doesn't sound like something I would enjoy at all.
Titanic's long.
It was good. The cinematography and the acting was good. It was good. But damn, 3 hours. I mean, I can't do it.
I think that was one of the most expensive movies ever produced. There was something in the record. I know Titanic was one of them. And then Lord of the Rings, I think, beat them. I think it was, where the location where they did it, they filmed that whole movie in New Zealand. Lord of the Rings was filmed in New Zealand. Like all the mountains and stuff you see in the movie was in New Zealand. But it was something in the Guinness World Records. It was like one of the most expensive movies ever made. But then again, that was how long ago now? There was probably movies now that's more expensive. But I don't know. Half of these movies, like I was watching a trailer. I don't know if it popped up on YouTube or something. But this movie called Cocaine Bear. Like, are people running out of?
That actually did halfway decent.
Yeah, but are people running out of
Hollywood
ideas?
Sucks. Hollywood is on hiatus. They are out of ideas and they're doing remakes. They're out of ideas.
Cocaine Bear.
And the sad part is that Cocaine Bear is based on a true damn story.
Yeah. I read something about that. But of course, Hollywood did their Hollywood thing, and really, I laugh. They say based on a true story, but they make the movie so far, off from the true story. It's like crazy.
It's kind of a dark comedy, I think.
Yeah. Freaking Cocaine Bear. Come on.
What's the sequel going to be? Does he bump up to heroin? What does he do?
Fentanyl Bear. That's stupid shit. They don't make them like they used to, but I'm surprised that new Top Gun movie. I just seen that because everyone was telling me to watch it. And that was good.
The second one was good.
That second,
and I can't stand Tom Cruise, but it was good.
Tom Cruise is the shit.
I just can't. I cannot handle Tom Cruise. I can't do it. But that movie was outstanding.
It was So the special effects and the flying scenes in the movie were good. I think the plot was good.
Yeah, they were top
I
notch.
think it was honestly just as good, if not maybe even a little bit better than the first one.
I think it was better. I would go along with better.
I
Yeah.
would say it's probably a little bit better than the first one. So I was actually really impressed with it. But I'm like you, man. I cannot stand Tom Cruise because his
Can't do
attitude
it.
sucks and he disrespects our men and women who serve every which way from Sunday. So in my
Dude.
eyes, he's a piece of shit.
I'm surprised that Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise filmed together in the first Top Gun because they're one of the hardest actors to work with. I heard Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer were terrible to work with. They were very mean. They had like a big time ego problem. Like it was, if you start like watching, things on YouTube about, the movie and stuff and the making of the movie, and you hear, you watch Val Kilmer, you'll hear stories of people talking about him, but they were like at each other's throats. So I'm surprised, those two actors.
Last date night we went to a movie. We went and saw Creed 3. It was nowhere near as good as the first two.
Creed 3.
Yep. The first two were great. I loved them. Third one was slow. It was just slow.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Okay.
Well, 1 and 2. I like 1 and 2. I wasn't really a fan of 3.
Gotcha.
You know, it was the most confusing movie I've ever watched in my life.
Borat.
No, that's just eat my ass.
Dude, that scene still
Very
haunts me to
nice.
this day. That
Very
scene still haunts me to this day. Oh my God.
Did you shrink this girl, you gypsy? No, the butterfly effect.
Oh, it's been years since I've seen that.
Oh, dude, that movie is so freaking confusing. Oh my God. But yeah, it takes a lot for me to sit back and actually enjoy him. The movie has to be good for me to really enjoy it, and for me to actually not lose, attention and walk off.
Yeah.
But
JK said he saw Rocky when it came out in the theaters. JK, we were at the drive-in when it came out, and they wouldn't let me watch it. My parents made me lay down in the back seat.
Rocky?
Yeah, they wouldn't let me watch Rocky. I was pissed.
Really?
They made me and my sister just go to sleep in the back of the car.
Well, that sucks.
I was peeking over my mom's shoulder. I mean, I was watching it.
All right. The greatest movie ever. Let's see if anyone agrees with me in the chat here.
Don't say Godfather. Don't say
The Godfather and the Godfather series.
I knew it.
Godfather,
I knew you were going to say that.
2,
I knew that.
Godfather 3.
I knew that was coming, and I'm probably the only guy in the whole fucking chat that has never seen it.
You got to watch it. The Godfather, and then you have the other movies like Goodfellas and Casino, and
I like Goodfellas. I like Goodfellas and Casino too.
Oh yeah, Bronx Tales. That's another good one. They're all good. Best series on TV was The Sopranos, Breaking Bad, and Yellowstone.
I'll go with Breaking Bad. I like Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad was good, but I think I would go with Sopranos.
Sopranos,
not because I'm Italian, but because I really enjoyed the characters.
Oh, dude, it felt like we were part of their family. Watching that show, it feels like you're part of their family. Like, it's crazy.
Where's my freaking cut from the garbage business then?
Yeah, right.
Best movie I've ever seen. Can watch it anytime. Nobody will agree with me, but it's always going to be my favorite. Is Raiders of the Lost Ark. Always going to be my favorite. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's old.
I was not over the top about Raiders of the Lost Ark, but I do like the Indiana Jones stuff. I really like the Temple of Doom. I like the Last Crusade.
Last Crusade might have been the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, I think the Indiana Jones movies got better as they progressed.
They did well. The second one was just dark as hell.
It was dark.
Was that what was what one was that? Was that the first one with the Nazis or the second one?
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, that was with the Nazis.
No, Nazis were in the first and third one.
Mm.
They
I
figured they'd go back to that formula.
Never got into Indiana Jones, just like Star Wars and all those. I just never could.
Well, I grew up in that era, so kind of
I
hard to
remember
stay away
watching
from
those.
them.
I remember watching those movies. You know what I mean? Those Star Wars and Indiana Jones, regardless if it sucks or if it's good, it's a classic.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Look, you grew up much later than that. It's hard for you, for the newer generations, to look back at Star Wars. You know, it looks antiquated now compared to what we have. So it's hard for newer generations to get into it. But back when we saw it, back when we were just wide-eyed kids, damn, it was the best thing on the screen. But nowadays, that it's archaic.
I like the Goonies.
Yeah, Goonies was good.
You guys remember the Gremlins?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. The second one was just terrible.
The first one was the classic. You know what I mean? Remember the lady throwing the gremlin in the microwave, and you know she got like a full on match in the kitchen with all these gremlins. Make sure he stays away from water.
Well, here's one going way back. Did you? I know Patriotic. I know you didn't, but Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell was freaking so bad it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So next Tuesday night is normal, but Tuesday night, May 2nd, Patriotic, I will not be here.
Oh, where are you going?
I'll be in the middle of the ocean, bro.
Oh, cruising.
Be cruising with Mrs. Triple P and Pistol Pack and Pastor and Haley Newton.
Oh, geez, that's gonna be a shit show.
We're gonna meet up with we're gonna meet up with Patrioticstacker on the 28th. We're gonna stop at Oviedo Rare Coins and Collectibles.
Even more of a shit show.
Do what?
I'm just fucking with you.
No, I didn't hear what did you say?
I said even more of a shit show.
At the coin store?
I'm just fucking with you. You said you're going on the cruise with Haley and Pastor. And I said, oh, shit, that's a shit show. And then you said, oh, and then I'm meeting up with Patrioticstacker. I said, even more of a shit show.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna cash in my copper, bro.
Yeah, that's when you said you're gonna cash in and buy gold.
Yep, gonna cash in my copper for gold. It'll make a great video.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've got
how many ounces of copper do you have?
I just counted it up the other day. 1,748.
So I thought I had too much.
If you sell it, what's he gonna pay you for all that? How many ounces? 1,000?
It'll go by the pound, won't it?
No, because it's all like fucking like high premium bars and rounds.
Yeah, okay. So they give you. It's weird.
It's not like it's not scrap. I mean, it's copper bullion.
The copper price is the scrap price. That is the main copper price. But since it's bullion, and there's like, I don't want to say numismatic value, but they're premium copper. So like, right now, if you buy a copper round on AppMex or whatever, you're paying 100% premium.
Oh, it's probably more than that.
Oh, it's more than that, bro.
Yeah, you're paying.
It's probably more like 3-4 times premium.
Oh, you're paying ridiculous amount of premium. Because you got to think of it. A pound of copper right now is about $3. So if I take some pure copper wire, number one, clean copper, and I bring it to the scrapyard, a good scrapyard. Some of them are different. You know what I mean? You'll go to one down the road and the other one behind your house or whatever, and one will pay you closer to the price, $3, and one will pay you $2. Some of them are messed up, but if you find a good scrapyard, they'll pay you what it's worth. And matter of fact, I just took some copper from the house that I'm working on. I scrapped that and bought the new piping for the plumbing for the house. But I got like $600. They were paying $3.20 a pound. And you got to think of it. What are they charging for a 1 ounce copper round right now? $3.
Buck. No, it's about like $1.80 or $2 around, right? Right, silver and gold.
No.
Yeah, anywhere. It depends on if you buy in bulk. Probably 227 and up.
And so you figure, 16 is 17, 18, and you times that, you're paying $16 for, and when it's worth $3. So, it's a lot of premium there. So they're not gonna give you the full premium, but they'll meet in between. So he'll probably, I don't know, what do you think you'll be getting? What will he pay you for a round?
You probably won't get what you probably won't get what you paid for it.
No.
If I can get all 1,750 ounces liquidated for a $1.50 an ounce, I'd probably be fine with that.
How much?
$1.50 an ounce.
So all said and done, if he gives you $1.50 an ounce, if he gives you a $1.50 an ounce, how much would you get back if you liquidate it all? Do the math.
What, $2,600?
There you go. Good spending money.
So you get about a little over an ounce of gold.
A little over like an ounce and a quarter.
You can get a 50 peso coin, 50 peso.
Yeah, I don't stack
Pretty much.
those.
No, but $2,500 you can get yourself a 50 pesos, which is 1.3 ounces.
I could.
Like that.
Yeah, I could. I'd probably just get like a quarter ounce eagle and a buffalo or a full ounce eagle or something. I'd just get gold. Like I said, I got to stack some gold. I did get some numismatic stuff. There's going to be a big surprise coming in a future video, and it has to do with my Seated Liberty stuff. I fell off the rails and took a curveball, but let's just say after I'm done with this, I'll be the Seated Liberty king in the community if I'm not already.
Dude, you've been off the rails.
Oh, no. No, listen to me. What I'm doing with my Seated Liberties, I don't know anybody that's doing what I just did. And
What, stack them?
I don't even know a coin shop that has this.
The only one I can compare about stacking a lot of numismatics and Seated Liberties, stacking Perpetrator. He's like big into numismatics, and he has huge sets. I don't know if you ever come across his channel. But
so I haven't seen his channel. I'll have to check him out, but I will tell you this, Patriotic. One of the things that I just picked up, I got so cheap I couldn't say no to it because I bought it for $600 under book.
Slabbed?
Oh yeah, you bet. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just bought 50 pesos today. Freaking best price I've seen in a while. And I have to say the premiums are very low on Mexican pesos. Figure I paid $25.50 today out the door for
That's
50
not
pesos.
bad. That's not,
no.
And it's 1.3, you said?
Yes. And the value of that coin, the gold value, is about $24.20.
So you're like a little over 80 over spot?
No, it's about 100.
100 over spot? Okay.
Which is not bad.
No, not at all.
Right now, if you're buying gold eagles or gold buffaloes, you're close to 200 over.
Yeah, I'm holding off on those.
Wait a minute. Haley Newton is bringing a surprise for me and Pirate?
Uh-oh.
Bringing a surprise for Pirate?
What's the surprise?
I don't know. Haley Newton, what's the surprise?
It's a surprise, you ninny.
She's obviously bringing two things if she's got one for me and one for Pirate. What's that about?
I guess you'll have to just wait and see. Oh, she just
Bullion
told
Baby
you.
said that's why I have tons of Mexican gold, almost always close to spot. Yeah, absolutely. Libertads are way off. They're very expensive, but the pesos, yeah, they're cheap, man. And you know what? The Mexican 50 pesos is very underrated. That is a beautiful coin and one of the biggest gold coins you can buy, like old school gold coins.
Just have to be careful with liquidity. A lot of places are funny about them.
Oh, Mexican gold always Mexican gold is humongous.
I know a couple of places
Mexican
that kind of
gold.
avoid them.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
That's weird. Mexican gold is hot.
Yep, it's affordable gold.
That's why I stay away from, sovereigns and Helvetas, all these foreign country sovereigns. But
Well, no, you can't
Eagles,
really compare.
Buffalo.
You can't compare the sovereign to like the Helvetias and the Roosters and the Francs. You can't, like, the sovereigns are modern. They're modern bullion.
Yeah, I compare like the old school world gold coins, Helvetas, Roosters, Liras. I stay away from them. I don't like them. They're cheap, but you know what? There's different purities, and you're messing with that. And not only that, it's just the liquidity is not good. Now, with Mexican gold, that's like the only old school gold besides pre-33 that I stack. But with bullion, obviously Eagles and Buffaloes are my main, but I love Maples and Brits too. But old school world gold, I stay away from. But yeah, no, I like the gold pesos, Mexican gold. It's awesome.
Yeah, hell, they bought everything at my LCS.
The LCS seem to be drying up. Have you guys noticed that they're getting the cases are getting empty?
He's got somebody that put in an order for 8 Asahi 10 ounces. He doesn't have them, so he called me today and he asked if I had any Asahis, and I said, yeah, I got a few, and he'll give me 10-ounce Britannias in return for the Asahis. I jumped all over that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got a specific order for Asahi, and I've got a few I can give him. That'll help him get the order out. But yeah, he's having to give up Britannias to trade me, and I will take that every day, all day. That's generic versus government bullion almost. Not bullion, but it's government issued.
Yeah, that's a sweet trade, bro.
Oh, absolutely. I jumped all over it. I'm going to see him tomorrow.
Yeah, that's something you can't say no to.
No.
Anxious.
But it's so funny. He's actually had to depend on me for a little bit. He's asked me several times if I had this, or this, and I've actually helped him out.
Oddball gold is pretty much different purity gold. Like a lot of the gold world coins, like vintage world gold coins, they're you get 70% or 80% gold or 92%. Like it's all over the place.
Yeah, I don't want to do the math on those.
Yeah, that's why I got rid of them. They're different purities, and again, cheap way to stack gold. But when you're talking liquidity, not very liquid.
Yeah, like pre-33, I know what I've got. When you get into the foreign stuff other than Mexican, it's like it's a crapshoot. I got to look stuff up.
I buy pure gold, 91.67% gold or 90% gold. That's how I do it. And Mexican's just like pre-33. It's 90%. It's like silver. I won't go less than 90%.
So,
and that doesn't mean I'm going to find sterling, but I love my 90% junk, and I love my 3/9 fine or 4/9 fine silver.
All of my gold is either pre-33 gold, 3/9 fine, or 4/9 fine, or the modern sovereigns.
No 5/9 fine?
Okay, I stand corrected. I do have one 5/9 fine coin.
Yep.
I
Canada
got
does that.
I
Royal
forgot
Canadian Mint.
all about that. It's that frickin' Canadian Klondike thing. It's 5
Yeah, I was
nines.
gonna say, isn't Royal Canadian Mint the only one that did that one?
Yep. It's a series. There's
quite a bit of
couple
5.9.
What's that?
Yeah, there's a couple designs that are 5.9's fine. RCM does it. I think they're
Can
the
you
only mint
imagine
that's
how
done
fucking
5.9 fine.
Can you imagine how soft that fucking thing probably is?
Right?
Well,
Like, don't drop
I
it.
Oh, it'll bend. It'll bend if you
I
drop
heard
it.
it's all the same purity. It's just they do an extra step at the mint. I heard that they
Yeah, but gold is
I don't know
just
if they
natural. It's
clean
just naturally soft. When they put the copper in it, that's what kind of toughened it up with
Hardens it
our
up.
stuff.
Yeah.
Which is why
I mean, you better take that
5
5.9s and you better take that 5.9s and put it in a damn capsule and leave it there or get it graded.
No, it's in a hard capsule. Yeah, the way they actually ship it, silver and gold Stack Attack is they send it in like a hard capsule, and the hard capsule is embedded on like a card. It almost is like the size of a business card, so it's built into this card. So it's protected in a hard plastic thing, but I don't know. I think it's kind of a novelty. I wouldn't buy another one, to be honest with you.
They were weren't they limited? Weren't they a limited run?
They were, but there's not a big demand for them either.
No, it's a niche market for sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a cool thing to have, but I wouldn't buy any more.
That's the thing, people think just because it's a low mintage that it's going to be, rare or popular. There's a lot of low mintage stuff out there there's no demand for, there's no popularity for them, and they're just kind of just sitting there.
And what about if it hits the fan? I mean, gold is going to be, if it comes down to where we're in just Armageddon, an ounce of gold is going to be an ounce of gold no matter what you paid for it.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to care
that
it was a limited edition.
And that's if you can find someone to trade it.
Yeah, well, you'll have
like
to trade
I said
it as
before.
just an ounce of gold. You'll have to it won't be for anything, no premium, no special.
It won't.
A survival mode.
I mean, but by that token, then silver would be the same way. Like if you have numismatic Carson City Morgans, it's still worth just the silver weight. So
and
that's your numismatic worthless.
Which is why you need, and this is why I've said this since day one, before you start dicking around with numismatics, you got to build up your base stack. You got to have at least some foundation.
But like I've said before, videos, I don't stack for an SHTF. I don't stack gold and silver for that because I believe that we will not use it in a situation like that. There's 98% of the
I'm like you. Well, I'm like you. I stack for my retirement, but also with SHTF in mind.
So
no,
obviously we all know that SHTF, it's worthless. In SHTF, people want food, they want water, they want guns, they want ammo, they want medical supplies, etc., etc. But precious metals have their value after SHTF when you're on the backside of it and you're in the rebuilding phase.
Yes, that's it. But the thing is, too, in an SHTF situation, full blown out Armageddon, like you see in the movies, if we get to that situation,
I don't think it'll come down to that, honestly.
No, but if it gets to that nuclear war, and there's no establishment,
well, yeah, I mean, there's no winners there. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, whatever. I mean, hold on. Let's hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but let's be real here for a second. We say it's not possible, but we're already at war, basically, with Russia. That was the whole thing that was revealed with these classified documents that nobody wants to talk about. No one's talking about what's in the fucking documents.
Oh, I'm not saying it can't happen. I wouldn't say that at all.
So here's what terrifies me. We are essentially fighting the largest nuclear superpower in the world, and this is a fight that was not authorized by Congress and is being hid from the American people. That's a problem.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like I said before,
this kid is a fucking hero because he reported what the New York Times and the Washington Compost didn't have the balls to do.
Yeah, and like I said before, China and Russia, they're not going to fight us in war right away. They're going to fight us in the dollar war and calling off debt, and all. They're gonna hammer us where it's going to hurt our pockets and hurt our supplies, and then they're going to turn around and declare war.
Well, I mean, that's not going to take much because our dollar already is on life support. So, I mean, it's not going to be hard to do that.
Talking about SHTF, there are gas stations right now in Florida out of gas.
Why? Really? Why?
Because of the flooding in Fort Lauderdale the other day.
Okay, so that's just a temporary thing, though. That's just because, that's just because people are panicking because they didn't prepare for it ahead of time. That's why I tell you guys prepare. Like, I've got 100 gallons of fucking gas in my garage. Like, I'm prepared. I could run my generator for weeks with no problem. I don't need to go get gas.
How old is that gas though?
It's less than 1 year old. It's less than 1 year old, and I have fuel stabilizer in it, so it'll go 2 to 3 years. Okay. So I'll give it 1
but you
year, and that'll. What's that?
You rotate it also.
Yeah, so I'll give it 1 more year, and then I'm going to rotate it into my vehicles, and I'll burn it, and I'll replenish it.
Yep. That's what I do. So, like, if I bought gas, say 2 years ago, I'll move that to the front, move the fresh one to the back. I keep them rotated. I write dates on them, and I'll use it in my quads, my side-by-sides, my car, my work truck. I won't put it in my wife's car because I'm not putting a year-old or 2-year-old gas in the wife's car. But, I'll, rotate it, use it up. But I'm always restocking it, and I'm keeping it fresh by rotating, just like they do at the supermarkets.
JK
when they're stocking the shelf.
JK Pioneer said, "Sounds like a garage bomb."
Yeah.
I got to invite Silver and Cigars over, and I'll frickin' have a few stogies in the garage with Silver and Cigars right next to my gas supply.
Nice knowing you.
It's stored. It's stored safe. It ain't going anywhere.
I'm just
you need a little more than fumes sometimes to really light. Gas is not as easy to light as what people think. It's people, in movies light a match by the gas pump and it blows up.
You know what's even harder to ignite is jet fuel. Jet fuel is even harder to ignite.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's got that. Well,
I'll tell you
it's mixed with what? What do they? We used to call it JP5. What do they call it now?
Jet A. It's Jet A, but it basically is. The properties of it are very similar to diesel. So you can have a 5-gallon bucket full of Jet A, and you can throw a match into the bucket, and nothing's going to happen because it will only burn in its atomized state.
Yeah, you can throw a cigarette or anything and diesel, nothing will happen.
It has to
now
be
what's
atomized.
flammable is really dangerous.
Right. If it's not atomized, it's not going to burn.
Stain, like wood stain, that's very flammable, like your Minwax and your propane. That shit, that you don't want to fuck around. Those stuff. I took stain rags, after wiping a job, the floor, wiping down the stain. And I take the stain rags and I throw them in the yard, and they dry out, and then I throw them out the next day. Well, one day, one of my guys that helped me threw the rags in the dumpster full of dust, cardboard, all types of shit that they throw at the job site dumpsters. And came back the next day, everything in that dumpster was burnt to a crisp. Everything was gone. It was an empty dumpster, and it was charred. The paint was coming off the dumpster. And luckily, nothing caught on fire. But besides everything, and it was contained in the dumpster. But I laughed at the builder. I said, "Hey, at least you don't have to pay. Now you can fill it up again. You don't have to pay the dumpster." He gets 2 fills. But that stuff's dangerous. Did I lose you guys?
Nah, still there. Did either one of you guys get the 110 Spanish Bull yet?
No, I need to get it. That one's on my list, bro. I have not gotten it yet.
It's
I
not
got
shipped
'em.
until it's not shipped until the 25th.
You could have asked me. I have them.
You already have the bulls?
Yeah.
How'd
You
not
have them
that?
now?
Yeah, Kagan's.
They're not. They're saying they're shipping on April 25th.
Well, dude, you didn't. How many did you buy?
I haven't bought any yet.
What'd you pay?
They're asking $254.
Yeah, I paid $223. 3 weeks ago. So you get, if you buy bulk, or you get like a business like what do you call it? Business prices, wholesale. You're buying at wholesale.
So you have Spanish bulls right now in your home.
Yes.
You have them on hand.
Yes.
So I can buy one from you right now, and you'll ship it.
Absolutely.
What are you selling me a 1/10 Spanish bull for?
Message me after.
Okay. Well, I already know what you paid for it, motherfucker. You just told me.
Message. Well, that's not what I'm selling it for. You know better.
I'll message you. I'll message you
know
after.
better.
But yes, seriously, bro. I want one. So we need to.
I can do a better price than Kagan's, but not by much.
So I'll message you afterwards.
Yeah, I might snag. How many you got? I might snag one as well.
I bought 3 tubes, so 60.
Oh shit! Okay.
Holy shit, bro! You bought 60 of them?
Well, yeah, everyone's doing it now.
Wow,
dude! I found Kagan's. No matter whoever tells you on YouTube, I found Kagan's. I shouted out. I told one of my buddies. We started buying as much as we can, and we sold it to the YouTube community. This is when the 1/10 links. And now everyone's, eventually, the ship sailed. Everyone found out about it. And they've been buying from them, and they're selling it on their auction. I tell you, every YouTuber that does an auction or sells bullion has a connection now.
Do they ship those? Do they ship those in an airtight, or do I got to buy one of? Are they? Is it the same thing as a 1/10 Gold Eagle airtight, or what?
They come in capsules.
Oh, okay, cool.
Airtight. Yep. Or you can buy the box, like a display box for the 1/10, and you can put it in there like it's a nice display box, and then you can buy the 1 ounce display box.
Yeah, display boxes are useless. I have to keep it all hidden. Who the hell's gonna see it?
Yeah, I'm not interested in displaying my bullion.
No, I wish I could, but no.
But yeah, Kagan's, they are the main U.S. supplier for the Royal Spanish Mint. So the Royal Spanish Mint has a contract with Kagan's. They send them the coins. Kagan sells them to APMEX, JM Bullion, SD Bullion. Whoever bullion site that's interested in them sells them to local coin shops, sells them to these sellers on YouTube now. So it's a big thing. And you know how I found out about Kagan's? Now, Kagan's is a huge numismatic, they built their name on numismatics. They're a huge company. Just like Witter Coins, Kagan's is like another one up there. And I never heard of Kagan's before, but I'm a PCGS member, so I get their magazines monthly, right? So it's got to be almost a year now. I was flipping through a magazine, and on the back page, there was Kagan's. And then there was this saying, oh, we have the Royal Spanish Mint gold. And before that, we could only buy it overseas, remember? EMK or...
Right, yeah. I bought it from EMK, I think, a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, I was like, dude, you're buying overseas, and that's nerve-wracking.
Oh, dude, it was. But now, in all fairness, it was Austrian Stacker who tipped me off to it, and that was the only way I could get it at the time. So I was really thankful to Austrian Stacker.
Exactly.
But holy shit, is it nerve-wracking having to go through customs, and they're like,
yeah.
well, we don't know when we're going to release it. It could be tomorrow or it could be 3 months from now.
And you remember when I reached out to you and I told you about Kagan's?
Yes.
And you went on the site and you emailed them and they didn't have the bull or something, you said. But they had the link. Well, yeah, that's why I came across them.
And I ended up having to pay like an extra $50 or $60 for that international FedEx too.
Oh yeah.
I told for sure. Yep.
And when I found out about them, I told Stormy, Empire Precious Metals. I told him, and pretty much me and him only knew about Kagan's at the time. And you know, I told you, but I don't think you bought anything from them at that time. But yeah, no one didn't really know until other people started catching on. Well, Stormy told Guido, and Guido told this person and that person, and before you know it, everybody in YouTube knows about Kagan's.
Well, I mean, that's how it starts, right? I mean, that's how it gets going. Is like
absolutely.
Word of mouth is powerful.
Oh no, but
yeah,
we were
for good or bad.
Our plan was to buy as much as we can, bring it to the YouTube community, and sell it to people at better prices. You know what I mean? Because at that time, AppMix were selling them for $320. JM Bullion were selling them for $320. 1/10 gold links. I think we were selling them for, I don't know. Well, Stormy put them up for auction, a lot of them. So a lot of people were bidding them up to like $300, $310. But I was selling them at my max. I think that was like selling them for $270, $280. But now that, they're, very popular now, everyone sells them, the prices are very low. The prices dropped on the links. But now the bulls, I think they're going to kind of respark it. And the price is going to go up on the bulls and the links. And you got to think, the 1/10, there's only 50,000 minted of the 1/10 links and the 1/10 bull. For the 1 ounce gold, there's only 12,000. 12,000 for the links, and I think 13,000 for the bull. It might be 12,000 for the bull also. But they're pretty low mint.
I have to get every single gold bullion coin from the Spanish mint because I started with the links. So I have the 1 ounce and the 1/10. I have the 1 ounce bull. Now I need the 1/10 bull, and you can bet your ass I'm going to get the next one they've released too, whatever it may be.
Well, the new design is a one ounce stallion. I think it's called the stallion. I don't think that's out yet, but and then they're supposed to be releasing a silver bullion coin this year too. So. But I got to give it to Royal Spanish Mint. They just came out swinging. First coin they put out, the 2021 links. Security features, beautiful.
In retrospect, I mean, they learned from the mistakes of others.
Yeah, that's what they should do.
Oh, you mean they didn't want to do a missing read?
Oh, come on. That's top-notch stuff, dude.
The U.S. Mint worked very hard on that.
Oh, what a bunch of crock of crap.
No, the bull that they released the year after, they on the back, there's a little symbol, and it's like a hologram, kind of like the maples, and the Britannias. They have like the hologram maple and the hologram trident. But with this one, it's kind of like the sunshine bars, with the cards, you can see it's a sun, and then the other side says verified. Well, with the bulls, they have like their logo, and then it goes to like a miniature bull or something like that. It's really cool. But you got to think of it. They came out, they made their gold 4/9 fine. They gave it a nice, beautiful gold finish, like the Perth Mint gold, or like the U.S. Buffaloes, that typical beautiful gold color. And then they're also doing what the Perth Mint does with most like their kangaroos and the kookaburras. They change the designs each year, which is another pro. And it also has numismatic value because they're low mintage. So those are 4 things right there. Oh, not to mention security features. So there's 5 things right there that a new, well, I can't say new mint. They're one of the oldest mints, but they just came back, putting out bullion. But for a mint to come back putting out bullion for the first time ever and conquer it within their first release is outstanding. And then every release they do is even better. And not to mention too, the reverse proof. It's a reverse proof finish on their coins. So there's 6 things right there that they knocked out of the park. And you got the US Mint that can't even do nothing similar.
And at the end of the day, Patriotic, I mean, if you're paying $250 for a 1/10 ounce Spanish bull, and you compare that to, let's say, a 1/10 ounce gold Britannia, we're only talking about a difference of like what, $20-$30?
Yeah,
Well,
roughly.
right now, what's a 1/10 gold coin going for now? 240, 250.
So it's not even that. We're talking about the same price. There is no difference then. Difference of $5-$10 tops.
Look up right now on one of the bullion sites and see what a
I'll
standard
I'll go look it up. I'll go to Hero Bullion and look it up real quick because they're usually the cheapest.
Because right now, gold's high. So I think the last
at max 261, 314, 298, 289. Money Metals got them 289, 303. That's insane for a Britannia.
What's Monument got?
All right, so here you go. Hero Bullion 231. So even if you're selling it for, let's say, 251, it's only $20 more for the Spanish bull as opposed to a gold Britannia.
Yeah, and you're getting much more limited coin.
Emerald Stack and the U.S. Mint did a half-ounce Walking Liberty gold coin in 2016. Look that up. That was the last good release from the U.S. Mint. That's when they did the 100-year anniversary of the 1/10 of the Mercury dime, the Standing Liberty quarter, and the Walking Liberty $half. And they did the Mercury dime in gold, 1/10. They did the Standing Liberty gold quarter ounce, and then they did the Walking Liberty half-ounce gold. All 4/9 fine. Beautiful. Comes in a nice display.
Do you have those, Patriotic?
Absolutely. You can go back in my videos. You'll see videos with me in those.
I can't remember if you had those gold coins or not. What is the 1/10? What is the 1/10?
Matter of fact,
the Mercury. What's it going?
I sold Bullion Baby one. If he's still in the chat, right? Bullion Baby. I sold you. Well, we traded. I gave you a 1/10 Mercury dime, and I also sold one to HG Dyna Lowrider. But yeah, no, I love them. What are they going for?
What are they going for?
Well, you're on AppMax right now. Look on AppMax. See what they're charging for a 1/10.
AppMax. No, you want a good laugh?
Look what they're charging for it. An original display case. Look what they're charging.
All right. Let me go to AppMax. I don't go there very often.
No, just look what they want for a 1/10 gold Mercury.
Let's
479,
see
549. These are all slabbed.
They're all slabbed, like $400 or $500, but they're all slabbed.
They're all slabbed.
No, there's one unless it's sold out. They're an original.
They're
out of stock.
Oh yeah. Well, they were charging $400 to $500. I think it was closer to $500.
Yeah, they got one for $479 slabbed, and it's a 70. It's graded at a 70.
I sold one to Bullion Baby because I have 4 sets. So I had 3 full sets, and then I had 2 Mercury dimes outside the set in original display case. I sold one to Bullion Baby. We'll trade it to him, but I think it ended up being like $390 in value. So I cut him a break, and he cut me a break. We worked together. And I sold one to HD for I believe $400, or it could have been $390 or $400, something like that, or yeah, something like that. But in the original display case, and it doesn't have any copper spots on it because they do get a lot of copper spots. I've seen a lot of sets that I've turned down because they had copper spots on them.
Okay.
But some of them do it. You know, I don't know if they didn't clean the press off, whatever, or what they did. But that series, no matter even though how beautiful it is and how awesome they did on that, there is some quality control on certain sets. And when you see them, just make sure if you ever come across a set, just take a look at the coins that there's no copper spots, because that really lowers the value on them. But yeah, no. If I would sell one now, which I'm not planning on, if I were to sell the Mercury with gold price now, I'd like to get at least $450. The standing Liberty quarter, about $800, and walking half dollar, $1,500.
1,500. What's the gold weight on that?
Half ounce.
The half ounce. Okay.
Mhm.
I agree. Those are badass sets. I honestly have to agree with you. That probably is the best last gold coin that the U.S. Mint has done.
It's the best of both worlds. You're getting your favorite silver, right? 90%. Classic constitutional Americana silver. Right? And then you have the 4/9 fine gold. It's gold. You know, so I'm a huge fan of 90% silver. I love my junk silver. And I love gold. So, you know, it's awesome.
So
and
junk gold.
What happened?
I said junk gold.
Junk gold. There you go.
With a premium.
There you go. With a premium, yeah.
With a hefty premium.
Well, I guess that's why people like calling. You know, I'm old school with. You know, I've always called. When I walk into a local coin shop, I always say, "You got any junk silver, or do you have any junk 90 or junk 90% or 90% junk?" You know, I've never called it constitutional really up until recently because, you know, I guess a lot of people are getting heated when you call it junk silver because it's not junk.
They'll get over it, but if I ask for it, I usually ask for 90%. They know.
Yeah, I say 90.
So I think I'm on eBay right now, and if you can find that gold Walking Liberty half dollar, this is crazy. The cheapest that I'm finding. First of all, they're all slabbed. There are some that are not slabbed, but they cost more than the ones that are slabbed. And if you can find it, 69, which isn't even that good, is going for $1,524. That's the cheapest I'm seeing it, and that's as a 69. The 70s are all like $2,000 and up.
And that is the what?
The Walking Liberty gold half dollar, the 2016.
Oh, dude, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Stormy wanted to buy a set off me, and I think all said and done, it was going to be like $2,600 or like $3,000 or something. I told him
for the set.
I did the math. Yeah, it's expensive. But then you go on eBay and stuff, and that's where pretty much the only place you can find them now, unless you get lucky and you walk in your local coin shop and he happens to have them. But you can see on eBay, the Walking Liberties, they want almost pretty much what an ounce of gold goes for.
And the thing is that set is less than 1 ounce of gold. We're talking about like what, 0.85?
So you got the half ounce, you got the quarter ounce, and then so it's less. Yeah, just barely little. Yeah.
Huge premium, man. Wow.
But then you got the dimes. For the Mercury dimes, I think there's 100 or 125,000 minted. And then going down to the Standing Liberty quarter, I think it's 75,000. And then I think the Walker is either 25 or 50,000. So it's lower minted. You know, it's not too much mintages on those. But
the numismatic value on that's only going to go up.
Yeah, but you got to think about it too. Out of all those coins that they minted, even though it's a lower mintage, I'd say more than half of them's got copper spots on them. I've seen a lot of them passed up because of copper spots. Now, if it's got copper spots, that's when you'll see it laying in at the local coin shop in a capsule or in a flip. Oh, that's a Mercury gold dime? Oh, I've never seen that before. Oh yeah, and they sell it as regular gold. Give me a couple bucks over spot. Because the copper spots, that's like having a milk spot on your MS-70 Eagle. That MS-70
I'll
drops.
tell you what. If it's got copper spots on it and he's willing to sell it to me for a few bucks over spot, I'll buy it.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. I'd buy it too if it's cheap, and yeah, absolutely. But if you're buying it, like most people are buying that set for, is for the numismatic value, the coolness of it. You're not stacking it at those prices unless you get it cheap. You want it to be nice.
Right.
Yeah, but if you can get a discount, copper spots wouldn't bug me.
What happened?
If you can get a discount on it for copper spots, that wouldn't bug me. As long as the price was right.
Yeah, no, if it's the price right. But I wouldn't pay no.
I'm not going to give you a premium.
Copper spot. If it had copper spots on it, I would want a little less than what the Britannia is going for. So no, I wouldn't pay much over spot, but I'd pay a little bit. I'd pay
the same thing as a Britannia. I'd pay $230.
Yeah, I'd pay that or a little less. You know what I mean? I'm a big with my gold and my silver looking nice. The only silver that I don't care if it looks nice or not is the junk silver. I like it the way it is. Grimy and disgusting. But my coins, my bars, I take care of them. My gold coins are in capsules. I've never seen my fingers on them. Never. Yeah, I take care of it. At the end of the day, I know you get those people that say
your pre-33 gold, you have that in capsules too, or?
I have all my pre-33 gold in capsules besides one $5 gold coin, which I haven't got a capsule yet for it, and I don't want to order a pack of 10 on eBay because I just want one. So that one's been out of the capsule, but it's not a high grade really. So I'll play around with that one. That's like my pocket piece.
all my pre-33s are slabbed except for that one I bought off of you, Patriotic.
Yeah. See,
I'm like you. I gotta have my pre-33 slabbed. Every one of them is slabbed.
Yep. Same with the exception of one. And I think that's what, the 5. No, it's not the 5, is it? No, that was the $250.
Yeah, I don't slab it. I'll buy slab pre-33 if I can get it at a good price. Absolutely.
No, I bought a lookalike Pete. What is it? I bought a similar capsule, but you can buy them online, the blanks. Mm-hmm. And I just loaded it up in that. I mean, I'm not going to leave it out.
No, I buy them. I buy the airtights. Like, what is it? A 34 millimeter for the $20 Saints and the $20 Libs. I think it's I think it's a 34 millimeter. 32 is the Buffalo and the Eagle, right? Yeah, 32, I think. And I think it's a 34 for those. Or 30, I'm not sure. But I buy the capsules, airtight capsules. I throw them in there and I throw it in a tube, an airtight tube. That's how I do it. But the thing is, when I buy my pre-33, and that's why it's hard for me because, if you find a nice pre-33, it's most likely going to be slabbed, right?
Of course.
Well, the ones that aren't slabbed are usually in bad shape or in regular circulated shape. I'm looking for beautiful pre-33 gold coins, BU gold coins, or maybe high AU, unslabbed, so I can buy it and throw it in a capsule. That's how. So it kind of gets hard because I can find loose ones all day, but they're not in the grade that I want. Like, you guys seen that video where I bought that new $20 Liberty, that 1897, right? Well, I found a better one, so I sold that one to pay for the better one. But I'll buy them
Well, there you go.
slabbed.
I mean, I'll upgrade when I can. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Here's
But it
the problem,
definitely-
though. I may not actually trade my old one in, and I just end up keeping them.
Yeah, no, I traded that in to pay for that one because I just offloaded a lot of money on something else. So I'll do that sometimes. You know, I'll trade certain things. You know what I mean? I'll you know, I use whatever usually is in my stack. It stays in my stack, but I'll go through times where I'll be like, oh, you know what? I'm not caring for these right now. I'll trade these in and buy something else. And I usually make money on them. I always come out on top. Very seldom do I lose. Unless I sell something to Bullion Baby, then I lose some money. He'll get that one.
Ye freaking
That's
Hoff.
brotherly love price. But yeah, no, but it definitely helps to have the pre-33 and slabs because you know it's you got more. It holds more of the numismatic value because of the grade, extra backing on them. So I can see why people like them in slabs. But I like to be close to it. You know, I like to consider the pre-33 if I can get it at a right price. You know, maybe $100 more premium than the usual bullion. I consider it stackable, and I throw it in a stack, and I look at it just like any other bullion coin with history.
See, the only thing is, Patriotic, that it can be stackable, but I think we're going to get to the point where the numismatic value is going to outpace the stackable value. I think it's going to become very similar to what happened to the Morgan silver dollars, in particular, the Carson
Just
City Morgans. It's going to become a lot more sought after just for the numismatic value, I think.
Just like the Libertads, just
Yes.
like, you know, the E now.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. The only way that would kind of combat it.
Because
if,
of that, if it's slabbed, you know what you have. Like say I'm a guy on the street and I want to buy a $20 St. Gaudens from you, and you're like, yeah, check this out. It's a BU. It's this is gonna grade at least a 63 or a 64. I can look at it and I can agree with you. But at the end of the day, when I send it into PCGS, if that coin grader disagrees with you and me and it comes back to 61, I lost. If you have something already slabbed, you know what you have, you know what the value is, and if the day comes where you want to liquidate it, hey, here it is. This is what it is. This is what the value is. Look at the fuck up. This is my price. Take it or leave it.
Exactly. No, I understand 100%. But that's why I buy my pre-33 unslabbed, but in really good condition. So if I want to send it out to get slabbed, it's most likely going to come back no less than a 61. Maybe some coins I have that are some pre-33 coins might come back in AU 58. But I don't have no pre-33 lower than an AU 58. I would say the average, I had to put a number between, especially if I'm buying them from the local coin shop. Most of the ones that I'm buying BU, he says that they're anywhere from a 61, 62, 63. You know, that if you send it out and get slabbed and it comes back at 61, 62, 63, it ups the value a little bit, but not as much. Once you get up to that 64 and above, that's when you see that big difference in price. You know what I mean? Because right now, I can buy a BU St. Gaudens from an online dealer, or I can buy an MS63, and I'm talking common dates. I'm not saying like a low mintage.
Right.
You know, I'm talking common dates. You know, your 24s, your 27s, whatever. There's not much of a price difference between them. There really isn't.
But then you throw in the monkey wrench of what if somebody, in the opinion of that coin grader, what if somebody cleaned it? Now there's a huge difference.
Well, yeah. So I make sure that when I buy them, that you know my local coin shop, my guys. You know, they've been in the business for years.
Right.
And
I mean,
they,
again,
you know,
that's your guy. What I'm saying is that not all of us have that coin shop where we've been dealing with him for years and years and years and years, and he has decades and decades of experience trying to grade coins. So that works for you, but that's not going to work for everybody.
Oh, if someone were to buy it off me, you're saying?
Well, no, let's say my situation. I got a coin guy, but he's not really, my LCS guy is not super good at grading stuff. Like Bullion Baby knows who I'm talking about because Bullion Baby and I went to the coin shop together. He's a
Yeah, yeah.
badass guy. He's cool as shit. He's fun to
He's
hang
not.
out with. He's fun to talk to, but I don't trust him when it comes down to this is going to come back a 61. This is going to come back a 58. He doesn't. That's not really his area.
So my guy, I trust him 110%. He specializes in numismatics. He's been in. I'm talking about Tom Dart Stamp and Coins. You know, Henry's. You guys seen Henry with the auctions. He's mostly to the stamp section. You know what I mean? He specializes in stamps really, but he sells gold and silver. Tom Dart Stamp and Coins. They're very notable, and they go to all these coin shows. Like they're famous in the coin world community. They've actually been on magazines and everything. He specializes in numismatics, and he eventually got into selling bullion because, you know, just like any other coin shops, they started off numismatics, then eventually moved to bullion because, you know, stackers popped up, started wanting to stack it, not so much collect it. He's really good at grading. Now, obviously, I'm not going to walk in there and buy an MS64, 65 St. Gaudens unslabbed. He's going to send that sucker out, get it graded, bring it back, and sell it for $3,000. You know what I mean? He's putting off the coins, the BU coins that are BU, but are not higher than a 63. Because then for him, it's really not worth sending it out unless it's a rare date. But these are common dates, like I said. So most likely the BU, when I tell him, hey, I want a BU Saint or BU Liberty, they're in between a 61 and a 63. So one of those grades, unless that person that's grading the coin is stupid, shouldn't be working there, it's going to come back in between those. Or it can't be sold as BU. You can't sell an AU coin and say it's BU. Just
Right.
like APMEX, Carol Bullion. When it says St. Gaudens, random date St. Gaudens, BU. They want crazy prices on APMEX, but they'll say St. Gaudens, random date BU. You're going to get a BU St. Gaudens. It's going to be an MS61 to a 63. Most likely a 61. You know, most likely, you know, because it, you know, APMEX, you know, they'll grade 63s and sell them for double the price. But they're selling you mint state Saints. But if you want that higher grade or that better date, you're going to have to pay for it. And it's going to be in a slab. You know, just like you see what happened with Scully? He went on SD Bullion and he ordered, I think it was a Liberty. Yeah. But a $20 Liberty, BU, same thing. Random date, $20 Liberty, double eagle. He bought it. He opened it up. The back of the coin was beautiful. Nice luster. Definitely BU on the back. Turned it to the front. Giant gash through the phase. It was just, you could tell, you know, bag marks everywhere. It definitely wasn't BU. You know, without those
marks. Where did he get that from? Where did he buy that from?
SD Bullion. SD Bullion.
I'll tell you, I've gotten plenty that had ding marks on them.
Oh yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. You're gonna have mint state, you know, for example, like you get your Morgans, your graded Morgans. You'll see an MS65 Morgan, beautiful luster and stuff, but you're gonna have ding marks. You know, it's just they kept them in bags and banks. You know, there's gonna be some ding marks and stuff, but this was straight up at most an AU, if that. And you know, it was not. It was a gash. So that gash, it should actually be considered a coal because of the gash. It wasn't a little scratch or a ding mark. It was like a chunk of the gold was missing. So he contacted them and he said, this ain't BU. And they actually made good on it and sent them a better one, which was obviously BU. But got to watch out for that.
Yeah, they did make it right, but he had to call
They
him
did
out.
make it right. Nope, they did make it right. I still would have complained because I would have had this. Because regardless, it's inconvenience. You got to send it back. God forbid it gets lost in the mail. Then you have to wait for the other one, which could take 2 weeks easily. Send it a week out, a week back. You know what I mean? Which is still inconvenience. And I probably would have asked for, a little discount or something. Send me back $20 or give me some credit to something. I'm a dick like that. Especially when you're dealing with my metals, But they did make it right. At least they did that. Because there's a lot of companies that, pretty much tell you to go scratch.
Right.
That happened to me with Atmex, remember? January of this 2022. I bought that maple. Where I was doing a 1 ounce gold per month challenge. First coin I bought in 2022, the first gold coin I bought for that year, they sent it to me and there was a scratch on it. And pretty much through the email, contact them. I know I called them the next day. Oh, well, it is bullion. Well, it is bullion. I said, you're selling it as BU. I'm getting it with a scratch on her face.
That's not BU.
That's not BU. And then they're trying to say it's bullion. It sits in tubes. I said, yes, it sits in tubes. Just like any other supplier when they buy them. They come in a monster box with tubes, or unless you just bought a few tubes of them. Whatever.
You can't market something as BU and have it come back damaged with scratches like that.
Exactly. And I said to him, it's, you got to be careful pulling that at it's gold. And it's not 98%. It's 4/9 fine gold. Gold scratch is easy. Maples have like a reverse proof finish, especially the phase, her phase, the Queen Elizabeth's phase. That's the first thing that marks up. Even, I remember there was like lint on her phase one time on one of the silver coins from my shirt. I took my
hey, what is Bullion Baby talking about? He keeps spelling FAZE.
Phase.
Oh, yeah. He's fucking with me.
Sorry, brother.
But anyways, I pretty much went off on him. They said, oh, yeah, we can take it back and return it. I said, how long would that take? Oh, like 3 weeks. I'm like, I'll just deal with it. But, yeah, if I'm buying BU coins, I want that to come back BU. And another thing they need to stop doing, these companies, if you're buying an ounce of gold, you're spending $2,100 now, $2,200. Does it really cost them that much to throw that damn gold coin in a capsule? I can buy a freaking boatload of capsules online right now and spend like $10. Throw the gold in a capsule and send it to you.
Costs like 30 fucking cents.
Yeah. So send it. They put them in these coin flips. And the cheap coin flips, they're very, very hard to get a coin in. You know what I mean? They're kind of like hard plastic. You know what I mean? Like you wonder, like, I'm going to put this coin in there. It's going to scratch. That plastic rubbing against it. And that scratches, especially with maples and Britannias, it ruins them. I remember, who was I watching? What was his? Silverstruck, when he ordered the Tudor Beast. He found out before, remember when I ordered them, and I realized, they're not full tubes. 14 coins to make them full tubes. Well, once I ordered them, it was when me and you ordered them. He posted a video the next day. Oh, when you buy these, you got to buy 4 more that fill the tube. And I'm like, shit. Well, they sent him the 4 other coins to fill his tube. They put them in coin flips. He pulled them out. There were scratches all over them. All over. The coin flips that they use do not help the coins at all. There's no protection. I don't know.
Coin flips are awful. Come on.
There's no protection.
They're terrible. That was such a cheap way out. Unbelievable.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would be okay with every single purchase that I bought online paying an extra $1 just for them to ship it in a capsule.
Absolutely.
Oh, even if you buy the capsule, they don't put it in the capsule.
They can pick up these capsules for probably 10, 15 cents when they buy them by the thousands.
Yeah, but Patriotics just
oh.
said it. Yet when you buy a separate, they're gonna give you your stuff in a bag, and your capsule comes separate.
So,
And I've even sent comments, like customized comments, like you can customize your order and write a comment, like tell them what to do or where to leave the package and stuff. And I've said, please put coin in capsule. And they don't. They send it out separate. You know, well, they send it together, but it's separate. It's not, you know, it's the coin's not in the capsule. It's still
right,
on the float.
the capsule is in the factory sealed cardboard packaging.
Yeah, that red package. Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like they could take it out of the fucking packaging because you know they're buying the shit in bulk, and they could freaking they're making like 900% premium on it, and you can't put the fucker in a capsule. Come on.
And that's what I like about the Perth Mint and Scottsdale Mint. They ship their coins out in capsules. Their gold are in capsules. You don't even have to buy the capsule. It automatically comes in the capsule from the mint. Perth Mint puts
that's not totally true. I've got
Perth
gold
is in capsules.
What's that?
Perth Mint gold is in capsules.
Yes, but you said Scottsdale Mint, right?
Scottsdale Mint, their coins, their gold coins are in capsules.
Right, but I have
Mint, the silver.
They
actually do their silver, like their ECH stuff. It comes on cardboard backing of 5 coins, like the EC8, the Eastern Caribbean islands there, that series they did. And that's actually they're all encapsulated, and they're all on shrunk wrap to cardboard slabs,
protected. And they're
so
gold.
I've got a gold bar from Scottsdale. It's that COVID era gold.
Oh, well, those are button bars. You know, they're
but
not gonna.
It doesn't matter. They threw it in a fucking Ziploc. Like, come on, come up with a better system.
Though, you know, I wouldn't be worried about those as much because they're not proof finish. They're not reverse proof. They're regular business strike poured gold.
I know. I get it. But
those I can understand. But like Scottsdale, if you buy a gold bar, it's coming in their little what do you call it? Assay. They're gold coins. They're coming in Scottsdale capsules, which are always a little thicker than the standard capsules we buy. And the Perth Mint, gold coins, capsules. If you're buying their silver coins, you know, they come in their government tubes.
Now, here's the thing.
You buy like premium coins like the koalas and the kookaburras, they'll come in if you buy a tube of 20, they come in capsules, plastic wrapped.
But if we're going to be honest here, the Perth Mint, yes, they ship it in capsules, but here's the problem. The capsule doesn't fucking fit the coin. All the fucking beautiful coins they can fucking make, and they cannot make a capsule to fit a coin properly. It fucking rattles. Everyone I've ever gotten from the Perth Mint, it rattles.
I take them out like the kookaburras. It's weird. They're 1/10 kookaburra the gold capsules for the Perth Mint. They're so small, right? They look smaller than the ones we buy. And we're like, is that, you know, a 1/10? It kind of looks like a 1/20th ounce. But they're thick.
Right.
It's weird. But I always pop them out and I throw them in the regular, you know, capsules that come with the tubes. You know, I buy all my capsules and tubes from On Fire Guy. You know, so I take them out of that capsule. I don't leave them in that capsule. But you're right, it does rattle in there. It's tight around the edges, but it's so wide that it falls from top to bottom.
And a lot of the Perth Mint stuff is high premium stuff. Like, I've bought gold coins from the Perth Mint that were super high premium, high dollar gold coins, and it fucking rattles in the capsule. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I'm paying $500 or $600 premium, and you can't make a fucking capsule to fit.
By the way, the Scottsdale Kit Kat bars, the 20-ounce Kit Kat bars, are back in business. Scottsdale started doing their poured silver, cast silver again. So, because last year, like in spring, early summer, they discontinued their poured and cast bars up until, you know, I guess they took a break because they were probably working on other things, because they did put out a lot of new stuff this year. But now their cast bars are back in business. So now their 20-ounce Kit Kats are back in stock. Their 5-ounce Kit Kats are back in stock. A lot of their cast bars. So that's cool to see that. I love their 20-ounce Kit Kat bars. Those are awesome. You've seen those?
I've seen them, but I don't have any of them.
Oh, those are
Yeah,
awesome.
I don't have any either, actually.
Those are awesome. Well, I know you. You're not a fan of the cast or poured bars.
No, press bars all the way.
I just picked up 2 Provident Prospector bars. Remember those when they came out? They were like very popular. They sold out quick, and now they're going for crazy money, and they're hard to find. I picked 2 of them up, bought 2 of them, and I paid $2.95 each on eBay. Wrapped in the original plastic, because the 10-ounce bars come in a sheet of 10. This is still an original sheet, but they obviously cut the rest off, so there's 2 of them connected in the original sheet, which is awesome. So I'm not going to remove them because those will be some. They're already premium bars, but they'll be worth some money.
Right.
Oh yeah, the Zombucks are coming back. I've never gotten into the Zombucks.
Yeah, don't tell Liberty Stacking.
Oh, I know he's a sucker for those things.
He's gonna buy
I
every.
don't like rounds. I don't like rounds. I don't stack rounds. I don't like them. Only rounds I'll stack are Engelhart Prospectors or like vintage rounds. Johnson Matthey. What's their name? Huffman and Huffman or something. The vintage stuff.
I have lots of rounds, but I don't stack them. I just have lots of just assorted rounds here and there. I like stacking government minted bullion.
That's what I do. Yeah, that and bars.
I had a bunch of generic, but I traded them for gold.
The only bars I stack are the Germanias. I love the Germanias. I'm very
Germania makes good stuff.
With my bars, I am very monogamous.
Yeah, I love Germania. That's one of I've done videos, Scottsdale, Germania, and the IGRs for if I want to go real cheap with 10-ounce bars, I'll go IGR. But Scottsdale and Germanias are my favorite. Kilo bars, my go-to kilo is the Perth Mint Kilo, but my secondary choice is Germania. But for 10-ounce bars, Germania all the way.
Silver and Cigars said he's drinking an ice cold Bud Light as we speak because the ice cold Bud Light was economical.
Donald Trump Jr. says stop the boycott on Bud Light. I guess Bud Light's
I never drank anything Budweiser in the first damn place.
I guess Bud Light was a big donator to the Republican Party.
They made their choices.
I'm not a big beer drinker anymore. I'm not like beer for me has become more of a luxury where I used to be able to drink light beer, like shit beer, like Bud Light, Coors Light, shit like that. I can't drink that now. If I'm going to drink a beer, I want a nice, heavy German brew or something where I can just drink one beer and it satisfies me and it fills me up and that's it. I'll be good for several more months without touching a beer.
If I do a beer, it's going to be probably a Sam Adams.
Mm-hmm. Sam Adams, good. I like Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard is not bad. I used to drink that. That's not bad.
Like crisp apple. It's really good. Nice. That's a good beer for after dinner, or you're sitting down and having a nice steak, have a nice Angry Orchard. It's great. I do like imported beer. German, Norwegian. Nice hard heavy beer. We're not talking 4.2%, 5%. We're talking double digits. Because let's face it, the American beer over here is ballerina piss.
It's like fucking it's like drinking piss.
And that's my family. My dad's side's Italian and my mom's side's Norwegian. When we have family come over, they hate it. They said the closest they'll they'll go to the, we'll bring them down to like beer store or whatever. In New York, convenience stores sell beer. Delis, gas stations. It's not like in some states you have to go to a liquor store. New York can get it anywhere. Believe it or not, for such a communist state, you can buy beer anywhere. But they buy like the small local breweries, because that's like big now. You go into freaking supermarkets and there are all types of random beers from locally.
Yeah, those are micro brews.
Yeah, and those are better for them. They're the closest thing to overseas beer because there's more alcohol. They're stronger, But let's face it. You gotta pound back a couple beers here to get tipsy. Unless you're going. It's sad when some wine coolers you got more alcohol in it than the beer you drink here. But
yeah, we have a ton of microbreweries here in North Carolina.
Dude, they're everywhere.
We'll go to a few of them, or you'll see them in the stores. Actually, you can find some really good beers.
Well, Angry Apple Orchard there. They start off as a micro. They're where they started is literally 15, 20 minutes away. I think I sent pictures to you guys in the group chat of their where they started, because New York, they grow a lot of apples out here. There's big apple farms all across New York, and they start off as a small town brewery, and they become humongous within a short period of time.
I'm honestly not a fan of the apple ales. I don't like them.
I like them.
I can't get into them.
I like to have some beer with flavor. I don't like plain old beer. Some of it's just cheap. Shitty crap. Especially if you drink overseas beer.
Well, I mean, they consider our stuff piss water anyway. So.
Well, yeah, exactly, and it really is. It really is. And, when you
think about it, we can't do anything right. We can't fucking do a security feature right on a fucking gold coin, and we can't even make a fucking beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they drink their beer warm. A lot of places they drink them warm. I can't. Well,
they're the retards.
I can't. That stuff is already strong. Drinking it warm is just making it worse.
You can't do that. You can't. It was not meant to drink for that. No.
Well, they didn't have ice back in the golden days. I mean, it was what it was.
Screw that. No, there's a lot of nice local breweries around. I have to say, there's probably one in each town out here. And there's this one.
We have a couple in our case.
And there's this one here. It's also a restaurant, and then while you're eating, you can see down on the basement floor, because you're on the second floor. You can see where they're making the beer. And great beer, great. And their lowest alcohol beer, their light, is 8.3%, and that's their light. So you drink two of those, you're getting a little buzz going on.
Right.
Over here you got to drink 5 or 6 Coors to get you a little buzz.
I'll just get me some some rum and a good cigar, and I'll be high as a kite.
That's what I like better.
Tito's is the way to go.
When I'm on vacation, it's margaritas.
Nah.
I love margaritas. And then if I want to get if I'm having a rough night, I'll have a Jack Daniels. If I'm going out to eat or something, I'll get something light, amaretto or something. I like Jaeger.
Jaeger's only if I want to just understand the meaning of life.
Jaeger's good. A lot of people say they don't like it. I can't do shit.
I've got in the bar. I've got one of those Jaeger chillers that'll shoot the 0 degree shots. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. There's some good beers out there, good drinks. I always try something different, but I like drinks that taste good. I don't like drinks that I'm gonna taste alcohol. I don't want to drink rubbing alcohol.
Well, when we're on our cruise at the end of the month, there supposedly is a bar on the ship called the Fortune Teller Bar.
Is your alcohol covered?
No, we bought the drink package, so you get 15 drinks per day per person.
All right, that's not bad. There you go.
So there's a place called the Fortune Teller Bar. Me and Mrs. Triple P, we do our best to max out every day, of course. But this Fortune Teller Bar has all of these crazy, weird drinks. Like, I can't wait to try it because we've never been on a ship that has had this bar. Like, normally on Carnival, we'll hang out at this place called the Alchemy Bar. For those of you that have cruised Carnival, you know what I'm talking about because it's like the nicest bar on the smaller Carnival cruise ships because they have like really nice upscale martinis. This place, the Fortune Teller Bar, has really nice upscale drinks, and they're not just martinis. There's like bourbon drinks, there's margarita drinks, there's like the way they make them, they're like works of freaking art, and supposedly they're freaking delicious, and they use good high-end booze with it too. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to max out those drink tickets. Don't let them go to waste.
I'm curious if anyone in the chat has ever been to that Fortune Teller Bar on a Carnival ship, because there's only certain Carnival ships that have that bar. But that supposedly is like the place to go if your ship has that specific bar on it.
Yeah, I don't go on cruises. I wouldn't. I like resorts.
I like it all, man. I like it all.
Beach.
Beaches, resorts, that's good. Have you ever been on a cruise, Patriotic?
No.
Well, you can't say you don't like cruises if you've never been on one.
It's not my it's not my thing. I don't want to be on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
It's not a fucking boat. The boat is what saves you when the ship sinks. It's a ship.
Ship, boat, same thing. I don't want to be on it out in the middle of the ocean. I like resorts.
It's a pretty big damn boat, dude.
Bro, if you would be on, if you got to go on a cruise once. You can't say you don't like it if you've never tried it. I mean, that's like, well, that's a little over the top. I don't want to get you in trouble on your channel. But I mean, you can't say you don't like something if you don't fucking try it, with the exception of a few very, very minor things.
You're telling me.
With the exception of a very few
sex. You haven't tried sex. You might like it.
Okay, so for me, gay sex is not something that you try. Like, I don't really think that I need to say, hey, I'm feeling kind of bored today. I think I'd like to feel what it would feel like to have someone stick their dick up my ass. I might like it. Fuck no. That's not something that I think I would not enjoy that in any way, shape, or form.
I feel bad for anybody that just checked into this thing. I really do.
You cannot, Patriotic, you cannot compare going on a nice cruise ship to some frickin' schlong going up your bunghole.
I have no interest going on a cruise. I like, we go to some nice resorts, man. Beautiful resorts that, that's what I like. I like, the comfort of being on land. Be able to get in the car and go wherever the hell we want to go. I'm just, it's not something I would do.
You're welcome, Emerald Coast. Emerald Coast Stacker said, "This is the triple P I have been waiting for." Y'all knew it was coming eventually, and I was trying so hard to behave, and then you had to go up and bring up fucking gay sex, Patriotic.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you notice I stayed out of that one.
Like,
you haven't tried it.
Nope.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yep.
Like you try ice cream. You try a roller coaster. You don't try getting butt fucked up your asshole.
How about drugs? You tried drugs?
Some people try drugs. I've never tried drugs. That's
How do you
not
know
my
you?
thing. That's not me. That's not who I am.
You could try a lot of things.
Yeah, it's not one of them.
Yeah, that's not what. Yeah, right. No, we go to some nice resorts, man, and we like it. You can go anywhere. Yeah, the cruise ships are humongous, and you got bars, and I'm sure there's stores and all types of shit. But I don't know.
All I'm saying is you should try it once because you don't know what you're missing out on. It's
You pay.
blast.
You pay for the tickets. We'll try it.
Mrs. Patriotic would love it. Your kids would love it. It's a floating city in the middle of the ocean. There's nothing like waking
And
up.
they run some serious sales on tickets too. I mean, it's not that bad.
We like the beach, where we can swim in the ocean. You know what I mean, and just chill out on the beach. You can't get that on a cruise ship. You can't chill on the sand and look at the beach, and go swimming.
You do get off the boat,
You get off the boat and you go to ports and you do excursions. I'm telling you, man, you can't.
And there's a time frame.
Yes, there's a time frame. There's a time frame at resorts too, because you might want to go do something on this day at this time, so you have to fit the beach into a different time. I mean, it's the same shit.
Like I said, man, when we go on vacation, we like to sit on the resort and relax, sit on the beach all day, and we're happy. Drink at the bar, just chill. That's like, like I used to, go traveling. We go to Italy and because there's family over there in Norway and stuff. But now, like after the whole COVID thing and where you had to be vaccinated to fly, they probably lifted it now. But I was like, you know what? I don't mind if I can never go to those different countries again. There's so much beauty in this country. And we have everything from forests to redwoods to oceans, to mountains to the flat lands, deserts. Why do I need to go anywhere else? I could travel this country. You know what I mean? So, we don't, no interest in going outside the country again.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, bro. To each their own. But okay, Silver and Gold Stack Attack. You've been on cruises, right?
One, but I've been lucky enough to travel the world only with the military.
Okay, well, what did you think of a cruise? How does that compare to like an all-inclusive resort, in your opinion?
Kind of like a floating casino environment, I guess. It's just, the bar, they had gambling, they had movies, they had a little bit of everything.
Kind of like a floating miniature city.
Right, like a little Vegas or a little Reno or something. Like I call it like a little Reno.
The busyness. That's that. There you go. The busyness of it. We go on vacation, sit on resorts, and relax. And
but the port time, dude. The port time was the amazing part. It's not the boat is just comfortable enough to get you there. It's the port time. When you stop at the port and then you hit the land and you go out, hit some beaches and all that other stuff. And it just depends where you go. I mean, you don't want to go to shitty islands either.
No, I don't go to no third world countries. No, hell no.
Well, these are hardly third world, but at least not on that you go to.
But when you go to these islands, you stay in the resort section. You don't go off the resort. You'd be dumb to do that.
But even in the resort section, Patriotic, you're not necessarily safe because we just had American tourists in the hotel zone in Cancun get gunned down. So, and they were
you're not exactly safe, but you're bettering your chances than walking off.
You're bettering your chances, but at the end of the day, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen. If it's your time, it's your time. Like you can take precautions all you want, but like, I'm not going to say, oh, I don't want to go to this country because it's a third world country and I might die.
No, it's just I have no interest in going to.
It's not like I'm going to fucking Lagos, Nigeria. I'm going to Caribbean countries that are Latin American countries.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, well, when I was in the military, we saw some real crap countries. I mean, some that pop out. The Philippines, just unbelievably, just third world. Where else?
Don't drink drink water.
Crappy part of Korea, Taegu, Korea. I mean, just some of these places that we hit were they were rough.
I'll tell you something. Our trips to Italy and Norway, the beauty in those countries. Oh my God, the mountains over in Norway make the mountains over here look like anthills.
You know what's supposed to be beautiful, and I've never been there, is Iceland.
Iceland's beautiful.
Iceland, you're pretty much very similar to Norway with the green and the mountains and stuff. It's very, very similar. Very similar. But Norway is the only country with fjords. And they'll try to play it off like the Hudson River is a fjord. It's not. A fjord is when the ocean goes through mountain ranges. And you have mountains on both sides. And it looks like a river. But it's the ocean. And that's a fjord. And Norway, it's the coast of Norway is all little islands, and mountain ranges. Pretty much when you go to that country, a lot of the traveling, you'll be traveling through mountain roads and under the tunnels underneath, the ocean, or tunnels under the mountains, down windy roads, and then you'll get to like a ferry crossing. And a lot of the driving there is, you're taking ferries from land to land, or they have long bridges, and they have this they call it the Atlantic Bridge, and it's the biggest oversea bridge in the world. Like it's by miles longest, and it's beautiful out there. There's a lot of beauty and stuff, but you know what, there's a lot of things in this country I haven't seen, and I think I want to start traveling this country and see more of what the beauty in this country, especially out west.
I'll be honest with you. You know what country surprised me the most as far as beauty goes? Japan.
What's that?
Japan.
Yeah, I've heard Japan is super clean.
Oh, it's just the mountains, the greenery, the falls, the winters. It's just the people are polite for the most part until you get, it's just an insanely well-behaved country for the most part. Until you get in the big cities, and they have the problems of all big cities.
Yeah, I've heard that about Japan. I haven't heard I've heard very little bad things about Japan.
No, it was a fun place to be stationed. I was very lucky to be there.
Patriotic, if you want to see more of the United States, you said particularly out west. Have you been to Yellowstone yet?
Yellowstone National Park?
Yes.
No.
You have to take the family to Yellowstone, and you have to take the family to Glacier National Park.
The thing is, I've seen a lot of our country, but we like the tropical, the beaches. So that's why we always choose beaches. But, I think this year, well, maybe not this year, because we already got trips to Myrtle and trips to possibly going down to Florida. We're going to Virginia Beach again. We're going to a lot of places, but we're going upstate to across the border in Canada. But yeah, I want to maybe next year go more out west, set up a trip and stuff. I want to do it. I really want to go.
If you guys like more warmer places, do it in the summer.
No, I'm saying I think we're going to go to Arizona.
Okay, if you're going to go to Arizona, then you got to make the drive a little bit north of Phoenix and go to like Sedona. Sedona is beautiful.
Well, we're gonna meet up with Bullion Baby. He's gonna tour us around the old cowboy towns and stuff, Tombstone and Death Valley and all that shit.
Well, Bullion Baby will, because I used to live in Arizona too, so I know it well, and I can tell you, Bullion Baby will agree that Sedona is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I told him. I said when we go down there, we want to take us to the old cowboy towns and shit. So So I think we're gonna.
There's a lot of like old ghost towns, abandoned towns, old gold mining towns that are now deserted. There's
exactly
a lot of cool history out there if you know where to go.
Yeah. That's what we absolutely want to see. We want to see that. But I'll tell you one country I'd probably make a trip to now, besides Norway and Italy. Norway. I can pack up and move to Norway. I have dual citizenship, so I can live in Norway if I want to. But I really want to go to Israel. If I could go to a country, even though I really have no interest of traveling outside the country after this whole COVID bullshit, because mandates and just, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have much interest in it. I'd love to go to Israel. That's one country I want to go to before I die. The history in that country, to see where Jesus lived. You know what I mean? That's
about like Jerusalem and
Nazareth, Jerusalem, Bethlehem. Yes.
Yeah, that would be something. You should do it, man. I mean, there's a lot of cool places to see in this world, and you only live once. So
yeah, that's the bucket list. I'd go to Israel. We travel a lot. We do a lot of vacations. That's one thing that I do. I might work like a dog, but summertime comes around, we take a lot of trips. We're always traveling, doing something. But I'd like to go to Israel. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I mean, Emerald Coast Stacker said just take a Mediterranean cruise.
I'll take a plane.
Yeah, no.
I'll take a plane. How long does it take for the fucking boat to get from here?
Too long. Way
you're
too
gonna
long.
be gone for like a fucking month, bro.
Yeah.
We used to take med cruises, and trust me, they're not fun. Of course, I did it with the military. It wasn't for pleasure.
You'll leave in the spring and you'll be back in the autumn. You'll miss a whole fucking season out here.
Oh, it was a 6-month debt. It was a total 6-month debt.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
but
thank you.
Even going to like Israel, I mean, shit, man, out of New York, that's got to be 14 hours plus.
Well, from New York, New Jersey actually, Newark.
What are you driving to Israel?
Newark to
Tel Aviv.
Norway is about, I want to say 11 hours.
Yeah, you're gonna be 14, 15 hours going Newark to Tel Aviv.
Easy. But I know that from New Jersey to England's about 7. So it's about 11 hours to Norway. But then again, they usually stop in Denmark, which I don't know why, because it's actually a little closer to stop in Norway. But I think it's
just the way the airlines have their route structure set up.
We also stopped in Iceland, Greenland too, which was dumb. I don't understand why.
It depends on the airline, bro.
SAS. When we fly over there, it's SAS. Scandinavian airline. It's weird.
What's the big city in Norway? I'm drawing a blank.
Reykjavik. No, that's Iceland.
No, that's Iceland.
Reykjavik is Iceland.
Yeah, I just said that.
Big city in Norway.
Norway's Oslo. Denmark is Copenhagen. And Sweden is.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There's no nonstops to Oslo out of anywhere in the United States.
No, it usually stops. It usually stops in Denmark, Iceland. Oh well, stops in Iceland.
You're talking SAS. I'm talking. What about like on United, or what about on Delta? Like
I've never flown those. I've flown always SAS. That's what we fly. My grandma's flying with them for years, going over there, and that's what we do. It's the best price. It's a great airline. It's not long. You get off the plane for an hour and a half. Which is a pain in the ass. But I don't know if you're switching planes again. I don't know are they refilling? I don't know.
If it were me, I'm saying like you can do Delta out of JFK, you can do American out of JFK, you can do United out of Newark. You've got lots of fucking options on the East Coast, right around where you live. And I'm sure one of those has to have a nonstop, and the price cannot be that big of a difference.
And then, sometimes too, like it doesn't land in Oslo. It lands in Stavanger, which is not far from Haugesund. So it's sometimes you get lucky, but they always stop and refill somewhere or whatever they do.
It's not to refuel. It's basically just to offload passengers and reload new paying passengers. If you're on a plane that can get from fucking New York to Copenhagen, I promise you it can get from New York to Oslo.
No, I'm sure there's a nonstop, but that's just the flight we use. It's just, I don't know, it's what we've been using for years, and so we just use it. But it's a great airline, no issues. And it's really, you're kind of happy because you get a break out of the plane anyways. You get out for a little bit. But sometimes it's a pain in the ass if you don't want to be on the plane that long and then it stops. But it's been years since I went anyways now, it's been, I don't know, 4 years.
Sounds like it's time for you to go back.
Yeah. No rush right now,
Yeah, we just did San Francisco and down to Monterey, and that damn trip cost more money than anything I think I've done in a long time.
Well, you go to Norway, you gotta have deep pockets. That fucking
San Francisco's not much better, dude.
Norway is fucking ridiculous. Well, you got to think of it. Norway, the people are rich. And that's like America. They use like these woke liberal fucks, right? They use for the perfect example for socialism. They always bring up Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. They're not socialist countries; they're free markets, but they want to try to make it seem like they're socialist because they're socialist things, but they're socialist things in our country too. But they try to compare like free healthcare, free this, free that. Kids get allowances up until they're like in their 20s. When you become a father, right? Like the men, you don't get no leave or nothing, right? The women do, and they usually get 2-3 months, maybe 4 months leave. Over there, the father can take a year off of work, full pay, not half pay, full pay. There's a lot of benefits, but what they don't realize is that Norway is a country of what? 5 million people total? America has 355 million people total. Not counting the illegals that crossed over, which was another couple million. So,
well, yeah, that puts us up to what, 6 billion?
Who knows? Wasn't it like what they say there was 1 million that crossed in a week or something or a day? I don't know. It was crazy. But you're comparing, what did they say, apples to oranges? You're talking from a country that has 350 something million people to 5 million people. A country the size of freaking New York. You know what I mean? Versus the landmass of America. The people have it so good there. Well, yes, because there's only 5 million people. And 2, the country is rich in oils and fish. That's their biggest things, like oil, fish, minerals. So when they can afford to take care of their people, but what they don't mention over here, the left, when they compare Norway and Sweden, is that Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, the taxes is very high. You're paying 52% to the government of your whatever you make that year. You're paying 50%. American business owners, without write-offs, if you don't write anything off, I think it's 30 32% or 28%, something like that.
That's
Which
because
is crazy.
government can decide how they're going to spend your money better than you can.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. But in Norway, you're paying 50% of taxes. Graveyards, if you lose a loved one, you have to pay tax on that stone for the rest of your life, and the next family member takes over that. There's laws and things that that they don't mention, but at least in those countries, like over here, they take a lot of tax from us, and you wonder where the money goes. Okay, it goes to all these people on welfare that are mooching off the system. It goes to schools that are teaching our kids woke shit. Well, at least that 50% taxes that Norway takes, they put it into the school systems. They put it into the allowance. They bring it. They give it to the people. You know what I mean? It pretty much goes back to the people with health care and stuff.
Don't
So,
care. I don't care because they have no government has the right to tell me how to spend my money. I can spend my money better than my government can.
But I'm tired of seeing these socialists try to compare Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. They're very similar to us. The only difference is why they have such a better life and a long life expectancy is because of with the in 5 million people, and just it's a lot easier to take care of that people compared to us. Plus the amount of money they bring over there, so people have a better life, but they have to pay heavy taxes. And yes, medical is free, right? But say you need a heart transplant. You think the waiting list over here is long? You'll be dead before you get a heart over there.
But see, that's the thing. What you're saying, patriotic brother, makes no sense because you said medical is free, but it's not free because you're paying for it with your taxes. So it's not free.
No,
and even though you're paying through the nose for it, you're going to die because you're not going to get a heart.
They say it's free. You know what I mean? But it really isn't because you're paying your 52% of your money that you make a year goes to taxes. The government takes your money, right? Yes, they still have a good life. They live very well over there. But it's easier to upkeep on 5 million people versus 350 million people. But the taxes, what they don't mention is the taxes is very expensive. Cars are triple, double, 10 times the price. It's very expensive over there. And yes, medical might be free, but it's not free because your taxes go to it. But that's like our schools. You know what I mean? They say, public schooling, right? It's free public schooling, but it really ain't free because we're paying for it.
But see, this is the problem that I have because you just said you're paying a super high tax rate and they're telling you your medical is free. So, okay, great. You can go to the doctor and you can, have the flu and he gives you some Tamiflu, or you can have an infection and he gives you a sinus infection. He gives you some amoxicillin. Okay, great. I didn't pay for that. That was free. By the way, you did pay for it through your taxes. But what if I have a serious problem and I need that heart? You're going to die. You're paying all these taxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's just as many. What I'm hearing from what you're saying is, yeah, there's probably some things that are better, but it sounds like there's many things that are just as flawed, if not more, as there are here. They're just flawed in different ways.
What I'm getting at, these liberals should be comparing socialist countries, like the real socialist countries, like Venezuela, freaking Russia, China, communist, socialist, same bullshit. They can say it's different. It's the same shit. They're trying to say, oh, it's so good and stuff, and they point to Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, saying they're socialist countries. They're not socialist countries. They are socialist things, just like we have socialist things and programs in our fucking country. But they compare. They say the life is so much better, and yes, they have a good life over there. They do. There's good life. People live longer over there. If you look up the world's happiest country, it's the top 2 or 3. One of the richest countries in the world is in the top 10. There's a lot of good things there, but what I'm trying to say, it's easier to keep up. They're not comparing that there's 350 million people here and only 5 million people there. You know, they're not mentioning that the taxes are high. You know, that you're paying a lot in taxes. Even though they make more money, they're still paying crazy amount of taxes. They're not mentioning the whole, you know, waiting list. You know, so there's pros and cons, but you know, they're just it.
So Bullion Baby just posted a comment and he asked me to read it, and I see what you're trying to say. I see what he's trying to say. The medical thing, it's collective tax, and their long-term diseases are managed much better because people are getting them taken care of before they get out of control. I get that.
So there's
I still, despite that, I still would rather be paying less tax. I'd still rather pay for my health insurance and be able to go to the doctor when I want with my health insurance. But that's just my personal opinion. I mean,
no,
maybe it's just because
absolutely.
I'm born and raised here in the United States. That's what I'm used to. That's what I like. That's what I'm comfortable with. I don't know.
My point is that the liberals are saying it's social. It's not a socialist country. There is socialist things and in the country, but that's just like I said, in the United States, a lot of people like to compare the postal service as socialist, or schools are socialist, or the police stations are social. You know, the police officers is socialist. They like to compare that. They do the same thing over there. But all I'm saying is that the left, they think it's better over there. It's great, and don't get me wrong, it is good over there. But they're trying to compare it to that they're socialists. They're not socialist countries. It's not far fetched from us. It's just they have a little better life because there's less people. So the government can kind of take care of them more, but it's cost more in taxes. They pay a lot of, but again, the people over there don't really notice it as much. But like, say if you were to pack up and you moved over there, right, and you became a citizen, you would know right off the bat what taxes. You'd be like, what the hell? You know what I mean? But it's expensive. But you know, the people do live good over there. It's just, if this country was only 5 million people too, you know, we'd have all the same benefits.
Right.
But you know, they're not.
I don't here's the thing though. I don't want the same benefits. I don't want them to pay for my medical care. I don't want or need anybody to take care of me. When I need something, I will go to work, I will make money, and I will pay for it and take care of it.
And that's the great thing about our country. Absolutely. You know, they like to say, "Oh, they're fighting for free college, for free." You know how much of a wreck that'd be if it was free college. Everyone would be going to college, and where could anybody get a job then? There'd be so many people sitting there with no jobs. You know what I mean? It's and who's going to be paying for that? You know, they I don't know. It's stupid, but it's another thing. You know, like over there, since they're paying for your health insurance per se, even though your taxes are going towards it, are they not going to work on you? Like, say if you're dying, are they just going to be like, you know what, he lived a good life and just let him die? Or are they actually going to fight for you and try to make you survive? You know what I mean? You know, because they're just getting a flat rate from the government to cover you. Are they going to work hard enough on you if something happens? That's like me. You know, I didn't put donor on my license, like donate my organs, because God forbid I get in an accident. Are they not going to work on me? Are they just going to let me die so they can take my organs? So I said,
No. So that's a silly misconception. Patriotic. That's and is jaded as I am about the medical field in this country, and I think we all know what I think about. That's a whole nother live stream. That's a whole nother video to go down that road. But no, they're not going to do that. They're not going to say, oh, well, we need a heart and he could live or he could die, but let's let him go so we can give his heart to somebody. That's not going to fucking happen.
That's what you think.
No. That's, if anybody that's in the medical field in the chat, drop a comment if I'm wrong.
Dude, they're doing more screwed up things now. You know, you'll see American that's paid his dues his whole life, sitting in the waiting room, with chest pains, trying to get in there, trying to get in the emergency room. And then you'll see this family that crossed the border, walk right into the front doors and get service right away. Happens all the time. Stupid shit like that. And we pay deductibles. We pay for things. You know, we have to double think before going to the hospital. What's it going to cost us? I got insurance, but still, I still pay for stuff.
Hey, it could be worse. You could be waiting on VA.
Huh? What?
Could be worse. You could be waiting on VA.
I agree. The care that our veterans get in this country is criminal. It's horrible. And these are the men and women that gave everything, and we can't even give them proper medical care. We can't even give them proper mental health care.
But you look past of them not working on you hard enough if you're a donor. But, you know, look how they treat our military, the VA.
But for what you're saying, Patriotic, every single doctor, every single nurse, every single transplant team nationwide would have to be involved in this weird underground scandal to let organ donors die.
No, they wouldn't have to. They'd have to kind of be careful about it, but I'm sure it's happening.
So Emerald Co-Stacker just said, my wife is a registered nurse, and she says absolutely not patriotic.
I don't know. I've seen some crooked doctors and crooked nurses.
Yeah.
This world, I don't
know. And that's the great thing about this country is we could all have our own opinions. And you guys know that I put my tinfoil hat on about some things, but I just don't see any factual evidence in that, Patriotic. That's just my humble opinion, bro.
There's no factual evidence about the 9/11 being an inside job, but we know it.
There is a ton of factual evidence about that, and I'm not saying that it was. I actually, my stance on 9/11 is I'm unsure. I'm a fence sitter on that. For me, it's hard for me to wrap my head around the idea that our government could possibly even be that evil. But there is evidence, like I'll tell you right now, the one thing I can't explain is Building 7. I've read the official reports on the collapse of Building 7. It doesn't hold water. It makes no sense.
Jimmy LaCar, the worst word for the medical industry is cure. They only treat.
That's correct. Jimmy LaCari is 1,000% correct. What is the purpose of let's talk cancer. What's the purpose of the American Cancer Society? At any point, did they say it is their goal to cure cancer? No, they say they want to treat cancer and they want to control cancer. They never, ever say they want to cure cancer.
That's what brings me back to the organs, dude. There's big money in the medical field with drugs and cures and organs. Organs? Dude, forget about it. You know what they cost? It's a crooked, dude. They all work with the pharmaceuticals and stuff.
But can you imagine if they released the cure for cancer? That'd be the end of big pharma.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's very different than you talking about somebody getting a heart that cost $50,000. I mean, it's very, very different, Patriotic.
Just like
these chemotherapy drugs, some of these treatments cost tens of thousands of dollars per treatment. And these people are getting sometimes a treatment a week or 2 treatments a week. And multiply that times all of the millions of people that are going through cancer treatment. I mean, we wonder why Big Pharma is getting billions and billions of dollars of revenue as quickly as they are. I mean,
and not to mention, most of these heroin addicts, fentanyl addicts, opiate addicts you see out here, you know how most of them got hooked on drugs, on heroin and stuff? Well, I'll tell you, they get in an accident, they get surgery, get a tooth pulled. They would give you Vicodin, Percocets. oxycodone, morphine, fentanyl patches, all types of opiates. You take them. You could take one. You could take the dosage what the doctor says to take. Very easily to get addicted. People like the feel of it. It's over with. They cut their fucking prescription. What do? They go on the fucking streets. They buy the pills. And then when they realize the pills are 30, 20, 40, 50, $100 a piece, they can't afford it. Oh, heroin's cheap. Fentanyl's cheap. Those are opiates. And they go down that road. And who started that?
Not
the
to
doctor.
change the subject, but I'm listening to you, Patriotic, the same time I'm reading some of these comments. Jimmy Licari seems to have a very good handle on this. It almost makes me wonder if he read the same book from Welchco Services that I'm reading right now, because he's got it figured out. It's all, even with cancer, the cut/burn. That
they call it the fight against the opiates, the war against drugs, right? Well, they don't realize that pharma and the doctors at these now you have to go to a pain management doctor to get these pills, right? Those are the fuckers that are giving it to people, and that's what's causing people once they get cut off or they don't wean them off properly. Because say you get a major surgery, you're prescribed them for usually a month, 2 months, depending on the surgery, right? People get hooked on them. They're very, very addicting. Not to mention all the people in this world that have mental disorders, from anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, all types of things, ADHD, the pills they give you, Wellbutrin, Zoloft, lithium, Ritalin, what's the other one there? That's Adderall. Those are, I forgot the class of drugs they call them. Those are very, very addicting. And opiates, I think, are a class C drug. When it comes to going to rehab, the worst drugs to get off of are first like the benzos. That's what they call them, like the psych pills. People actually die from those withdrawals. Then up next is alcohol. Alcohol you don't have in your body, so you're pretty much putting poison in your body. You can also die from that. Opiates, you can't die from the withdrawal because you have opiates in your body. So opiates block out those opiates that give you pleasure from sex, riding a roller coaster, eating a good meal. So your body becomes dependent on those opiates. So that's the only way you'll get pleasures when you're taking those opiates. The withdrawals are terrible, but they can't kill you. But still, the pills they're giving out to people are causing this war on drugs. And in these other countries like China and Mexico, and the cartels know that people are going crazy over this stuff, and they keep on bringing it over the border. They're cutting their costs and lacing it with other drugs. Shit, they're putting like bug killer in some of this stuff. And there's this new drug that's eating the skin off people's, eating the flesh on people. You know what I mean? I was watching a documentary the other day about what's it, Kensington, Philadelphia. There's people that they call it the town, zombie town or something. They're like, their skin's literally rotting. And that all goes down to the pharmacies and to the doctors that are prescribing these medications. There's big money in all of it, dude. It all comes down to a bigger picture.
Everything centers around the dollar.
I was just gonna say the big picture has always been money.
Life has no value when you're comparing it to the dollar.
And population control.
Well, there goes my tinfoil hat if you bring that up.
Well, you've heard of FEMA camps?
I mean, I could go on forever about that, but it's getting late. That's definitely for another live stream.
Yeah, speaking of which, I got to hit the road in the morning.
Yeah,
It was
my
fun.
phone is about to die, so it was fun, gentlemen. I'll
Absolutely.
be here next Tuesday night, and then I'm gonna have to take a week off.
All right, man.
Enjoy. Be safe.
See you
All
guys
right.
later.
We'll be back next week. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Night all.